Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy David. I'm really happy to be finally bringing this awesome video for you guys. It's gonna be a small little video of me installing the 10SMH Sena. As you guys can see, I already have a 20s Evo. That is the one I have upgraded to, and we can later talk about the different features and the different upgrades that one brings. But we're gonna go ahead and try to do a small installation to this. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button because I have plenty of different tutorials of how to rebuild cars, smaller tutorials on little gadgets like this. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So I already have my 20s Evo Sena connected to my Shoei rain counter right over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one into the AGV that I've had a while ago. Personally, I'm trying to do this because if you guys saw my last video, I installed passenger pegs on my CBR 600RR, and so I wanted to have somebody that can ride with me if that comes up, any opportunity. So that'd be really awesome if we could actually communicate to each other instead of, yelling back and forth. So that'd be a really big benefit. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Here we go. Here we have the Sena itself and a little speaker. Comes with a little key, Allen key. Little drawing a diagram of everything that it has in there, and then small little components for like the padding and everything where you gotta stick it on, the 3M thick stickies and everything like that. So the first things we actually want to get out is the mounting point right here. That's gonna mount on the side of the helmet just like this one is. So we want to get that out. There are a couple different options for the microphone, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. Personally, I'm just gonna take the Sena out, the mounting, and let's go ahead and take the actual whole wiring with the speakers out. All right, here it is. Let's close all this back up. Let's get started. All right, so the basic things you need to just go ahead and set this helmet up is pretty much a helmet, the actual speakers themselves with a microphone that it comes with, and the Sena itself with the mounting point. So let's go ahead and dive into the helmet. This is an AGV. I believe this is a S3 model, where here you can see that you can have a shield with a sun visor. It's pretty nice, pretty comfortable. I only upgraded it to this one because it was a lot better fit for my head. This one was just a little bit bigger, so different preferences for different people. So these Senas are very universal, so you can make it fit in any helmet. Even they make the ones for half helmets. From the bottom, what you want to do is just go ahead and remove all the padding around here. So I should have just a couple of clicks and it should come out. All right, perfect. Do the other side. There we go. You just want to lift up slowly. Don't want to rip anything. There we go. That is the whole piece that it sits in the inside. And now it exposes the mounting ports for our actual speakers. This will be covering the speaker section, so you want to go ahead and remove that, so that way whenever you're actually putting the helmet on, it'll be nice and flush and it doesn't touch your ears, because I know a lot of people have problems with it irritating their ears because it's rubbing against them or pressing on them too hard. So that can definitely result in the headaches and things like that, so you definitely want to get rid of that. Once everything is pretty much out, I have made little slits right here, as you guys can see right there. That way I can actually route the wire itself into there. That way it's not pressing really hard and not, stretching the wire. That way the connectivity is going to last much longer lifetime. So after you've done that, I went ahead and took out some stickies. There's some 3M circular stickies that can be found in here. They match the exact diameter of these speakers. There are different kinds. These right here are a little bit thicker. I went ahead and used the ones that are very skinny and flat. Let me show you guys a close-up of it, what it looks like. All right, I hope you guys can see that, but there's a sticky right there. That way the headphone itself, it can stick right to it and it won't fall out. This is the wire route that I was talking about. Just cut into this. Obviously, it's going to be your helmet, so you want to make it nice and durable. Make sure it doesn't fall out or put too much wear on the wires itself. All right, so once you've already made your little grooves in there, sometimes you got to play with it a little bit longer and just go ahead and try to install the speakers themselves. That way you can actually see how they fit in there. That way you know exactly what you need to cut out and things like that. So we are going to mount the Sena on the left side. So That's partially just my easier hand that I like to use, since I like to use my right on the throttle. You know, I don't want to let it go just to change something so it'll jerk the bike or anything like that. So a lot easier for me to use my left. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is take this actual mounting point and remove these little screws. You don't really have to remove them completely. You just want to unscrew them. That way this little clamp will open up so you can slowly slide it onto the helmet itself. Just a little bit. I find it a lot easier if you just undo them just a hair. If you take it off completely, it'll be a little bit difficult to put them back on once it's on the helmet. So you want to go ahead and take the spot. You find a really nice area where you want to mount it. I like to mount it a little bit further back. This one had a more flush spot in the front, so I put it up towards the front more. But right here, pretty much level where the ear is, pretty much you could say. And just take it, slide it up in there, just like that. Boom. Now what you want to do is just go ahead and tighten it down, flip the helmet back over. You do want to make it nice and snug. You can just go ahead and lightly tighten it right now. That way if you need to move it around later on, you can go ahead and adjust that. So that's no big deal. So there you go. That is what it looks like once it's on the helmet. It's perfect. We can even move it back here a little bit further just because it's more nice and flush, but we can do that in the end when we're fully set up. So we are done with this key. Put that on the side for now. This Sena obviously will mount on there. I like to leave that just off for the moment and go ahead and install our speakers and the whole wiring system. Obviously the shorter one is going to have to be closer to the Sena itself, so this will be the left speaker and this will be the right one. So what you want to do is go ahead and flip your helmet straight over. Go ahead and take the closest one and go ahead and insert it there. Put it on, that's sticky. And look at that, once I pretty much stick it in there, it's right there. And look at that, it's not gonna come out. The stickies that are made for it, it's really nice and durable, so they're not gonna wiggle or anything, even if you hit a bump, so that's really nice. On this side, every helmet is different. This one has a little channel already made for where the wire could go, so that was really nice. And then I just notched it a little bit right there, so it has a relief point and it could exit, and I can circulate the whole wire in the back of the helmet. That way it's not in my face or anything like that, and it's not in the way. So let's go ahead and route the wire all the way around. Here we can pretty much take our Sena itself and actually put it on so we can connect this little wire to it. That way the wires are not waggling all around. That way it has a nice stiff point on there. You know, just hold your wires in position type of deal. Has a little flap on here. You want to lift it up, then go ahead and insert it. It's almost like exact like Samsung Galaxy say would take, like a charger. Just a little bit different, but there we go. Just push it in until you can't no more. Just push this little clip down, and there you go. It locks itself in, so you are fully connected there. So what you want to do is take your next speaker and just slowly route it all the way through the back, this little channel. That's why you remove that whole padding, so you can push it into there and it's not in the way. So once we already put it in this channel right here, I like to go ahead and lift this flap up here and then insert it right there in the back. That way the wires have a nice firm hold. That way they're not waggling around, and once you're riding around, they don't just randomly come out. So it's a really nice little spot. So now that we got that all in there, also this side has a nice relief cut right there. Same with this one. Wires feed straight out. And now what you want to go ahead and do is go ahead and route your speaker. Now the way to route your speakers, you pretty much want to go ahead and run it through the closest side of the Sena itself. It doesn't come with that big of a wire, so I wouldn't recommend running it all the way around the whole helmet. So we're going to take it, and then of course they'll be right there on the side. Same with all these wires right there. Just put it in there. Do your best to find where you can tuck in the wires as much as possible. That way they're not showing. It's a little bit difficult for me right now because I usually have it like this. So let me go ahead and put it on and then show you guys how I did it. Alright, so the majority of the wires are already in. So we're going to go ahead and try to fit in our padding back in there. So let me go ahead and show you guys a close-up of what this looks like. Alright, so here we go. The speaker right there, as you guys can see. Usually mount it up a little bit further up there. Just get another sticky because I've used that one for a little bit. So there's that first speaker. Then everything gets routed into this little groove right there. Runs on the clean wires back here so you don't see them at all. And then there's that second speaker. So let's go ahead and start putting in our padding. All right, so once we have everything on, you want to go ahead and start putting in your padding. Of course, you want to make sure that these are not going to cut the wires, so you want to put them in really nice and slowly. Tuck them in as best as you can. Since this side is already tucked in really well, I'm going to go ahead and start from that side. Well, of course, first put the back two pieces in. Let's slide them in. And it takes a little bit of practice, you know. Don't get frustrated or anything like that. So it's really not that hard. Just work it around, and it makes its own grooves, and it goes in really well. So definitely no need to get frustrated over this. All right, so pretty much this whole backside is already done. Now we gotta do this side. Just push everything on the inside of the padding and it'll be all good. Once it's nice and tucked. All right, so I went ahead and finally routed everything. As you guys can see, this is gonna be the little wires that are gonna come out right there. I went ahead and removed this just in case I needed to move just right there, so just making it a little bit easier on yourself. You know, you do a little bit and you figure things out. So I already routed it all together. I had to put a new sticky on for the microphone. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. It's on there. You know, it's just a small little 3M tape. This one was just a little bit worn out, so I like to change them up, you know, after they've been in there for a while. So it's finally in there. So I just got to clip this last little strap in for the side padding. And then they are a little bit tough, you know, just got to work it in there. There we go. That last clip. Perfect. Now everything is tucked up under there. And we are all ready to go. 100%. So last thing we got to do is mount our little piece where we're actually going to have the Sena mounted. So I'm thinking right here, you know, right here would be really nice. It's not really stretching the wires or anything like that, and they're pretty nice and loose. So that's probably the best mounting point right there. So let's go ahead and install this right here. Perfect. Gonna tighten that down once again. And you know, like every helmet is made different, so you definitely gotta figure out on your own how to do it. You know, and it's if it's your helmet, you're gonna keep it. You know, it's perfectly fine if you're gonna cut some grooves into it just to make this work. Obviously, you know, cutting some of the padding or anything like that, you want to minimize as much as you can, because you know that can be a safety thing. But if you're just cutting into a smaller area, it's not gonna really do a big deal or a bad impact to it. So just see what you can do, what your options are. The first time it was installed for me, I was at a shop. They did it for me, and they showed me that it was really easy. They literally installed it maybe like 20 minutes, and I was already ready to go. So it's definitely worth it. If you guys don't know what this product is, the Senas, there's a lot of different communications for phones. You know, you can use like your Bluetooth and things like that. You know, some people use just their headphones. So I would say that's a little bit more dangerous because it really blocks all the sound, I would say, everything that's around you. So this is a little bit more different. You can actually hear whatever's going on around you. And obviously you can blast the music a lot louder if you need it so you don't hear. But best feature about them, you can really communicate to people. I believe speak to about 4 people. You can just link up to them if you have a couple other guys that have them. Really simple instructions in there how to link up with it. So it's really awesome. Plus you can take phone calls. Somebody's calling you. You just go and click this button and you're right there on the phone call. Found out that this has not as good of a quality for speakers and for like sound deafening type of deal. But the 20s Evo and the 31 as well, they are really good. And there's obviously different type of brands, but I would definitely recommend sticking with the Sena just because you know, it's just personal opinion. I've used it for a while. It's really never failed on me, you could say. It's always been good. So, and this lasts about 8 hours. That one lasts much longer, and that's both, you know, music and talk. So it's really good. It's definitely worth it. So there you go. Now we slid this on. Perfect. You want to go ahead and of course charge it. There's a little charging port right there on the top, which is exactly what a regular Galaxy phone would take. And yeah, there we go. We got it all mounted up. Let's go ahead and bring you guys closer in so you guys can get a better view of it. And then we're going to go ahead and turn it on and show you guys how to pair it with your phone and things like that. All right, it's going to be another little mounting point of view. So there's the first speaker. The wire comes up, routes all the way around here and goes to the back of the padding, straight to the back. See, that way the wires are nowhere to be found here. Just tuck it in a little bit further, but it's perfect. And then these little wires, I like to leave them out like this. That way, you know, it doesn't have any stress points. It's really nice and loose. You know, it's obviously not going to come out because the padding in there is holding it really well. And that just, you know, so the wires can last a lot longer without being, you know, tugged on and things like that. So the other side here, get the straps out of the way. But the wires come all the way around. Then they go to that speaker right there. They go all the way here, bam, and into there. And then the actual speaker, it's microphone, runs from here all the way up. And there you go, it's mounted right there. And I put a longer one, that way you can, you know, post it up anywhere different. And it comes with 2 different mics. It comes with the one that I showed you guys that was soft, like this type of wire all the way. And this one's a little bit harder, that way, you know, you can, if you need to aim it to a different direction or do a different position, it works really, really well. So that's what it looks like right there. Link it up. This is the same exact one. I just went inside because it was a little bit chilly. So here I got my phone. I'm gonna go ahead to the Bluetooth section. Here we go. Gonna scroll down. Make sure you can see the other portion. Gonna go ahead and turn on the Sena itself. The way to do that is click this phone button, the red, and the home button at the same time. There you go. It is on. So after it's on, I'm going to turn your sound on all the way up. That way you can hear once you have connected. And so the way to connect it is actually to just go ahead and press this little red button in the back, the phone button, for 5 seconds.
Phone pairing.
As you guys can hear, it said phone pairing, and as we look over here on our phone, it actually came up right there. Gonna go ahead and click it and listen.
Your headset is paired.
Alright, it shows that it is paired. Now it is just one solid blue light is flashing. If there's a red and blue, then it has not paired. But the Sena itself, it will tell you if it has connected or not. So that is just a really easy way how to connect it. And then if you want to play some music, you go and play a song. Hopefully you guys can hear that, but I'm just not going to play as much for copyright purposes. But yeah, that is exactly how you do it, and it's a piece of cake. Alright guys, so that is going to be a wrap up for this video. I really hope you guys liked it. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know down in the description. I know it was probably not the best video for you guys, but it just gets you a sort of an idea. So hope you guys enjoy these little products they are coming out with. No, I'm not sponsored. I just, whenever I'm actually, you know, started riding, I actually wanted to make my experience a lot better, you know, just make it more live. So the motorcycling community is just amazing. The people out there are amazing, and I've met a lot of people, and so they have actually shared this with me, and they told me that it'd be just amazing. I know my previous videos when I actually had the dual sport 2012 WR250F, the Yamaha, I went riding with my friend William, and he had one and I did, so we can actually talk to each other. So when he going down a big slope, he's like telling me to watch out somewhere. So that's really nice, and it just makes the ride really enjoyable. So that is pretty awesome. Really hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, and if you guys are new to this channel, smash that subscribe button because I have a ton more videos coming your way. Really appreciate it. Till next time. Peace. Also stay tuned for the microphone that I just bought for my speaker setup for my GoPro. So once we go riding on this beast, we can get some motovlogs in. So that's going to be super exciting. Hope you guys stay tuned.